Tiffany, I am so excited to give you another exclusive one-on-one interview with the one and only Terrence D. Howard. I didn't say the whole middle name.
I like it though.
You
I
like
like
it?
it. I like Deshaun.
Deshaun, I like Deshaun too.
Mama gave me Deshaun.
She did. That's awesome. Because you're special.
Yeah, a little bit.
A little bit.
I was on a little bus.
Not the short one,
I was
though.
on a short bus.
Not the short little
Yeah,
bus.
when I was in second grade, because I was saying, "Wow, that's the prettiest color blue I've ever heard."
Why is he dressed like a pimp?
The teacher was like, "You can't, colors don't have." So I was like, "Yes, they do."
Is he in the middle of doing a movie and that's why he can't get out of costume? Because he got on this wig.
Do. It's like, no, no, I don't. And they ended up sending me to a remedial school for about a year. And I was just like, nah. The people that were there were so incredible, the kids, because they saw things differently.
Right.
Jesus Christ.
But what it turned out is I had, everyone's born with synesthesia. And that's just the ability to have more than one
Synesthesia? What the hell?
one stimuli can affect multiple receptors.
Right.
And so sound or color will have a sound, or shapes will have a taste. All of those things, and every child is born with it.
Right.
The problem is, the first thing a kid wants to do, he wants to put things in his mouth because he has.
Are they going to explain why he's dressed like this? I'm pretty sure they are, but I thought they would come out the box and say, Terrence is working on a new movie, that's why he's wearing this wig and his get up, because he's doing a movie, so he's taking a break now from filming to talk to us. But,
an idea or an expectation of what that's supposed to taste like, and that informs them. But when we don't allow them to put things in their mouth, and we don't talk to them about the relationship between light and color, sound and tone, and matter and shape, it dies as a result of atrophy. But everyone has that ability to where if they see a color, they should, like the color blue is like the key of G to me, or the color
key of G.
Yes.
What does the key of G sound like?
The key of G,
because I know you're musically inclined, so
yeah,
let me
but
pull it out of you real quick.
It's like 192 hertz.
Wow.
Okay. That's
Okay.
at a low register.
Yeah. So I know that you have this passion for the insight and the revelation that you've been given about an array of things, from
how can she
geometry
take him
to
seriously?
physics to science. But I want to backtrack really quickly because I know most people want to hear a couple things about what you're doing with the wig.
Right.
While we're here, we're on set
This ain't no wig.
in Atlanta. That's your. That's what your mama gave you. That's your soul.
This Cadillac Richie's here. This Cadillac.
That's exactly what I was thinking, right?
Yeah, no, we're doing a film. And thank you guys for coming here to the set.
Absolutely. Thank you for having us.
Taking the time. It's me, it's Kevin Hart, Don Cheadle, Sam Jackson, myself, and a number of incredible actors. But we're doing a thing called Fight Night, and it's the night that Muhammad Ali fought Jerry Quarry, and there's a little robbery that takes place.
There's a little robbery.
Just a little.
Who's on the robbery side?
Oh, I don't know.
Somebody with a wig
Some
on.
bad people. Everybody got a wig on. Everybody got a wig on.
So what's your character's name in this movie?
Okay, so that explains it. So I was gonna say, I hope he ain't, because Terrence Howard is kind of he's kind of eccentric. So I'm thinking, is he's kind of not? He kind of seems like he doesn't really have them all. So I'm thinking he really dressing like this. This is his new style for real. But he's doing a movie. Thank God, Jesus. Okay, he's doing a movie.
It's Cadillac Richie.
Cadillac Richie.
Cadillac Richie. Okay,
Cadillac
cool.
Richie.
Yeah, Cadillac like that.
How
Hit
is
the thumbs up button, guys.
this different from any of your other characters you played?
I think Cadillac is a bit of a sociopath.
Oh wow.
I've only played a sociopath, I think, once in a movie called with Andre 3000, Idlewild. Right. You see, I've watched you for a long time, Spence. And you taught me.
Let me get past. Hold on a second.
Like preparing, because I've heard you say a couple things in other interviews, And I want to ask you about that because I did some acting and studying acting, and you said something I've never really heard a lot of actors say about the process of acting. And you said that sometimes when you walk off, they walk off with your clothes.
Yeah.
That's gonna be a good movie, Don, because Don Cheadle don't play. Don Cheadle usually plays in good movies. Kevin Hart. Well, you know, Don Cheadle and Kevin Hart talked about doing a movie together after they had that awkward interview where Kevin Hart called Don Cheadle old. So this is good that they finally doing a movie together. But Don Cheadle, Kevin Hart, Samuel Jackson, Terrence Howard. That's gonna be a dope movie. I want to see it. Hit the thumbs up button.
Can you explain that?
Well, as an actor, you're more like a medium.
Mm-hmm.
You know, when you really get there, you go into this zone and you really divorce yourself of who you are, and you just become a garment.
They should have gave. I mean, I know it's supposed to be a time. I'm thinking that this movie that he's playing in, they say it takes place during the Muhammad Ali era. So I'm thinking this is a time period piece. That's why he's dressed like that, the wig. But they should have had the wig match his mustache and goatee. You know, like a salt and pepper type of perm. Because that would have looked more realistic and believable. But him with this red Shirley Temple wig on, you know what I'm saying? It kind, you know, I don't know.
That something else puts on. Now,
Right.
a lot of people sit up there
It's all
and
about
do
details.
impersonations of other folks, instead of allowing that spirit, but I sit up and I'll pray for a little bit and go in a dark place, go in the bathroom, turn off the lights, look in the mirror. We'll have the light on at first, and then after 1 minute, turn the light off, and and search until you see your own glow, your own aura, and then you watch it change.
Wow.
And it's a scary thing
Yeah.
because you'll feel like some hands are on you,
Wow.
and you lose a little bit of control of what you're doing. But if you stay with it, you'll be inhabited by something, and then you walk out, and the character's
Wow.
with you, and you got to know how to say goodbye to it.
Right.
If you really want to
Yeah,
get there.
right, yeah.
A lot of people are afraid, to empty themselves and be filled up with something else. But, as an actor, you're an emotional prostitute.
Wow.
You put on whatever you need for the John. You're turning a trick. You're turning an emotional trick.
Wow.
And it's nothing more glorious than that.
Okay. So how do you balance the separation of who you really are? Or are they similar?
No. I mean, you got to remember, we've been here since the very beginning. There is no good or bad. It's just your perspective that you're sitting from. Is it beneficial for everyone around, or is it not? There's something that has to build up, and there's something that needs to tear it down. What we call the tearing of it down, we call it evil or bad, but that's the process of magnetism or radiation. Radiation tears apart that which was concentrically brought together through electric potential, electric force. Electricity is always seeking a higher. In the mirror, I see the Creator.
Okay.
I don't see anything short of the Creator. There's not one part of me that wasn't made from the Creator. So there's not one part of me that's not perfect. Now, maybe my perception and understanding isn't there because I've allowed myself to be influenced by other things. But I see myself in the most humble way as being directly from the Creator, and I see everyone else and everything else as being directly from the Creator. Even the plastic that makes this up, that carbon is still vibrating at the key of E. Bible, or the people that promote the Bible, why would they question or be upset with someone questioning whether these traditions are actually from the Creator? And if they're from the Creator, you'll know. So that wasn't the original name of the continent.
No.
That Africa the A in Africa in Latin means sunny. The Frika is Greek. It means horror.
Oh, wow.
Yep.
Sunny horror.
Sunny horror.
Sunny horror. Sunny horror. Sunny horror. Sunny horror. Sunny horror.
Mm-hmm.
The real name of the continent, as spoken by 2,000 tribes that live there, is Alkebulan.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
That's the real name of Africa.
The birthplace of life.
Ukebla, yeah. Ukebla.
So, as an Alkebulan American, that Alkebulan community, once we come together, because that's all it takes. We all sign a petition using the same Instagram, X, whatever, Twitter, whatever you need to do. We do a petition, and we'll see how many black people how many Alkebulan people are actually here.
Okay. Now, for people that are watching that may not be as astute as you are in terms of researching, how can they fact check?
YouTube.
Okay.
YouTube, the original name of Africa.
Okay.
That's all you got to do.
Okay.
Thumbs up button, guys.
Work. Because I did see where you were coming. You said you were going to retire, and then you came back.
Yeah.
So what was that transition like, and why did you decide to come back, even if it's for a brief moment?
Well, no, it's because finances. You have to.
It's
The
money.
moment that, you go through the 6-year criminal tax investigation, spend $3-4 million defending yourself, and because it's just paying money to lawyers.
Right.
And their whole thing is to bleed you out.
Right.
Now, a fascinating thing, it'd be 2 points. I had an issue with Fox and Fox and Disney because the image that you see for Hustle and Flow, for Empire, that profile, that came from a still shot from Hustle and Flow. They took that, flipped it, and put it on everything, made a trademark of it, sold it around the world, didn't ask my permission.
Are you serious? Wow.
That image is worth $100 million at least for how much money that they made from it. We got a forensic photographer person to go and find the actual frame.
Wow.
We took that to jams because we were forced into arbitration.
Oh, that is it.
You're not allowed to use the court system. You have to go into forced arbitration with jams. And even seeing it and knowing that the arbitrator said, yeah, this definitely came from Hustle and Flow. But Fox and Disney have broad rights.
What?
They have broad rights. It's like, huh?
Wow.
Based on what? My writer clearly says you can only use it in character. You can only take pictures from something that is in character. How are you able to take something from an entirely other movie? And then Fox lost all of its records of how it came up with the image.
I was about to say how they get it.
Every email concerning their logo, they lost all of that. And we get to the arbitration, and that's not concealment.
Whoa.
That's not. So I'm like, okay, well, all right. And then the arbitrator started saying that we asked for rights of publicity. No, we couldn't do that. Rights of publicity. You only got 2 years to do that, and they had concealed the entire time. Told me that it was from. It was a composite of me and another actor, which meant that it wasn't something for me. So they lied, did all of that stuff. We proved all of that in court. But fortunately, the arbitrator had made some erroneous statements inside of things. So we go to the appellate court. And I'm like, okay, you know what I'm going to do? We get the appeals for the under jams. We go there, and I'm like, okay, I don't want to get any superior court judges. I want to get federal judges because they were appointed and they didn't have to go through the process of maybe having to do favors and all that to get their stuff. Those federal judges, they said, well, instead of coming down and saying, okay, well, what the arbitrator did was a mistake. Maybe it was a little over. Maybe he had a Joe Biden moment.
You know what?
Instead of them doing that, they said, well, the producers had the character in mind when they took the picture, and therefore it's in character.
What?
They doubled down on that lie, and to this day, this happened 2 months ago, 3 months ago. They have not entered that into the Superior Court. I'm like, enter it into the Superior Court, because the first thing we're going to do is take it to SAG, and SAG is going to now be forced to adjudicate or deal with it, because this makes their rights of publicity or any right they have to an actor null and void, because they can steal any picture from your baby photo. The moment you sign that, hey, you have the right to use my image, they can now go do anything and conceal it from you. And if you find out about it, they don't have to tell you about it. They don't have to pay you for it. Even they put it on merchandise, because they can cut to this precedent. And I'm like, do it.
These corporations own
enter it into the thing. And on top of it, picture this. Now that's money that should have
that's
been
cold blooded.
Now CAA.
That's a lot of money that should have been.
Well, let's go to another one.
I'm just saying.
CAA, Creative Artists Agency, they represented me. They also represented some of the people from Big Bang Theory. They also did the deal with Fox. My show was with Fox. The people from Big Bang was with Fox. We had 28 million viewers. They had 11 million viewers. They were getting $2 million, damn near $3 million an episode, those white kids that had no name recognition, no Oscar nominations, none of that. We have 28 million viewers, and these jokers are paying me $325,000 an episode.
Whoa.
And I'm like, every year I'm asking my agents, what's going on? I didn't know that the packaging deal, my agents were incentivized to keep my pay low, so they'll go to Fox and say no, and they'll say no themselves because they were producers. They owe me over $120 million based on what was paid to white counterparts. So now I'm
they had more viewers. Damn.
About it, and when I asked them about it, about my money, they sent me a check for $666. $666 to say.
Wait.
$666 exactly.
What?
Not saying where it's from. So I was like, oh, y'all trying to threaten me.
Look, this is a mark of the beast.
This is a threat. This is a threat right here. And y'all think I'm scared? You think I'm gonna be quiet about this? Because I wonder what you're doing to every other black artist.
Yeah. Well, I mean, there's
how do you negotiate $2 million for a white cat and negotiate $325,000 for a black cat that has 3 times what the white cat is getting? They were getting $750,000 for a 30-second spot for advertisement. That's what you get for bigger sometimes than the Super Bowl, and they were getting that every week. From us, but they were incentivized, and that's why packaging deals were illegal. But now I'm go to court now to deal with CAA concerning that stuff. And they're like, oh, don't you want to work in a business? No, I want my money so I don't have to work. That's the whole point of working. I wanted to retire so I can do what I got to do.
So, this is important to know.
Going on,
because I know you've heard.
I had to get back on the stroll.
That
you had to get back on the stroll.
I know.
Don't get me started.
I got to ask you about that too.
No.
So. I'm gonna go the acting route.
Okay.
If you were to choose a wife from any of the characters that you play opposite of, which one would it be?
I haven't had too many wives.
So like Hustle and Flow or Empire.
Okay, so this is a interview with Terrence Howard wearing this ridiculous wig, but I'm glad they explained it. I thought he was just because I was like, this fool crazy. This nigga losing his mind. Because Terrence Howard gives off that vibe like he's almost about to go crazy. So when I saw him with the wig on, and they didn't just outright say why he had this wig on, I thought he actually put this wig on and put on this whole getup. But he's actually working on a movie. I was like, thank God. Okay, he's in character, so he probably can't come out of costume. They probably got continuity. They probably got his hair situated, because that's a stylist did that, so he probably couldn't take it off because they gotta, if they have him come back to set, then they gotta restyle it. And they probably took them hours, what I'm saying, to get it the way it looks now. So he probably just couldn't take it all. You know what I'm saying? I've been on in studio sets before. What movie I worked on? It was with Matthew Perry. It was a before Matthew. Which one passed away? Was it Matthew Perry? I think Matthew Perry passed away, right? I think he did. I don't know. But anyway, Matthew Perry from 90210 had a pilot he was shooting at NBC, and then they would break, and they would break to reset to go to the next scene. So he was able to go and do an interview with Entertainment Tonight. So I actually seen them do that. So, and he was dressed up in his costume that he had on while they was doing the interview. So yeah, that happens. Anyway, what y'all thinking about this video? Leave your comments, give me the thumbs up button, and check out how you say this lady name? Devin Wynn. That's her YouTube channel. Go ahead and subscribe to her channel and support her channel. Anyway, talk to y'all later.